and 3. And as this room fill up, be sure, and I mean just that, be sure to hit the like button, share this content. Let that friend, that neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. Come on, baby. It's included the ice wall, baby. Come on with it. Mama said there'll be days just like this. Come on with it. Yup. They say ain't no party like a cowboy party. But what about a Law Nation's groove? From my studios to yours, one way or another. Be sure to hit that like button, share this content. Cowboys multi-year extension with Will McClay, the FIXER, plus more. More and more. More and more. Come on with it. Yeah. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. We're going to talk about this Willie McClay. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, and put a 1 in the chat if the audio is straight.
What more do you want from me?
They can come closer than close, yeah. Original, they never will be.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! It is you! I cannot believe it!
Ain't no party like a cowboy party. Ain't no party like a Law Nation party. What's good? What's good? What's good? Appreciate everybody, man. I thank everybody for tuning in. The name is Law Nation. Without hesitations nor deviations to the matter, be sure to hit that like button, share this content, let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. All right, so I know you guys heard of the news. Will McClay signed a multi-year extension for the Dallas Cowboys. He is the fixer. He is the vice president of player operations. He's out there in Mobile, Alabama right now doing some hard work and dedication for the nation. And here's the thing, though. I made a post earlier on my Twitter. Shout out to all of the tweeters out there, but I appreciate y'all so much. And the post goes somewhat like this, but before I read that post, sources confirmed that the Cowboys have agreed to a multi-year contract extension with Vice President and Player Personnel Will McClay. He's been a huge part of team draft success, which has included landing star players like a Dak Prescott, a CD Lamb, and a Micah Parsons. So those are some of the notable signees there from Will McClay's. I guess you can look at his resume and say, hey, those are good picks right there. Right. And a few people are going to say, nah, Law, take Dak Prescott name up out of there, dog. Come on, man. We don't need Dak Prescott. But I conclude with this right here. I like Cowboys Will McClay, and congratulations to his contract extension. However, he's doing everything wrong for the right reasons, and he's essentially the enabler for the Jones family. He has a job, but not the title, right? He got the job, we get the duties, but without the title. The Cowboys organization should rightfully promote him to general manager or president of player personnel, but he just have to have vice president of player personnel by his name. by staying in that role, he makes it harder for the next man. Now, a lot of people, it goes over a lot of people's head when I say that, because I put the next man, I didn't want to put the next brother, right? But we all know for what it is, and I ain't calling Will McClay DEI Will, I'm not going that low. But what I'm saying is basically he is a guy that works with the Jones family, and he helps them go and get players. But when there's time to buck, or when it's time for him to have a major input, there's no pushback. There's no bite to it, even though he disagreed. Now, here's the thing. I'm not saying that that's the reason why we've been in a 30-year slump, because I think Will McClay been here since 2011. I think what year did Will McClay came here? Y'all let me know. And do he have the money? I don't know if he had the money or not. I ain't counting the money. You know what I'm saying? I ain't counting that man's money. They might pay him peanuts. He might be willing to work for free.
Take the money out.
he might get paid higher than all. He may get paid higher than all of the general managers combined.
Take the money out.
But due to historical data and how the Cowboys pay players and how they pay the players really high, but how they pay their staff, it'll be a real slim chance that he's getting paid bukus of money. But I'm just saying, Will McClay is the GM. This is Paul Leal. I don't know, bro. According to the Cowboys.com, if we go there, I don't see G or M by his name, right? I don't think that he is. But for what it's worth, if we want to die on that hill and say that he is, but he's not, and we can say by namesake. But there's a thing that I want people of my type of hue to look at. You better be thinking twice before you do something without that title there. That's all I'm saying. Because when I walk in my office, I see my name and my title that matches my money. It don't say janitorial law right there. You know what I'm saying? It states law. You know what I'm saying? And that's just for what it is. But there are some people that are committed to being in the title or in the role that they are. But, there's nothing wrong with being docile. There's nothing wrong with being beta. But it is what it is. So it should be a situation and scenario. Hey, a GM without the title, yeah, then you get the blame, and these other boys get to walk away scot-free. No, no, you can't do that. Don't do that, Cowboys. You missing out on your blessings on there. Don't do that to us. Come on, man. Shit. Yeah, it's just not a right thing to do. There's a right thing and there's a wrong thing. But doing everything for the doing all the wrong things for the right reasons is not one. But it is what it is at this point. But when you look at everything, I don't see him as the GM here. I'm looking at Jerry Jones, owner, president, general manager, right? I'm seeing Stephen Jones, chief operating officer, co-owner, right? Chief brand officer, Charlotte. Jerry Jr., chief sales marketing officer and co-owner, right? And I don't see. Do you see Willie? Oh, my bad. Will, hey, Will, where you at, dog? Okay, here you go. Vice President of Player Personnel. That's what I see right there. I don't see anything else in there. Shoot. Come on, man. But, it is what it is. But back to football content. The Dallas Cowboys, according to many, Shoddy is assembling his team. And he's bringing on, he's trying to get one guy whose name is Aaron White Cotton. That's his name, y'all. His name is Aaron White Cotton. You're bringing him on. Take the money out, Cowboys. Tom, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for your support.
Take the money out. All of it. Come on. You're wasting my time now. Come on. Sacrifice.
Shit. Yeah, shit. Shout out to y'all, man. Oh my gosh, man. Yeah, but here's the truth right here. And I'm not beating it up, but let's move on. I'm just calling y'all, I'm just telling y'all of how I say things. You know, I may be 1,000,000% wrong, but I know for sure what I'm talking about. Others can't say it, but they are saying it to me, so I'm talking for them. I'm using my mouth as it relates to talking for them, because they be sitting there telling me, like, man, that brother right there, man, yeah, he good, dog, but he ain't gonna buck against the system. Yeah. But that's neither here nor there. Shout out to him. Congratulations on his extensions. And he's doing the good work for us, Cowboy Nation. Because we know when it's time to get the Johnny Walker Blue and all of that stuff, he ain't there. But that's just for what it is. All right, so the defensive line guy that's the Cowboys are trying to get, his name is Aaron Whitecotton. And I ain't trying to make no joke out of this, but that's just for what it is. His name is Aaron Whitecotton. And as you guys can see up there at the top, that's his name. You know, I can't help the man's name. That's his name. He have over 8 years of experiences with the 49ers or what have you. And then he got promoted, or he got another job as a defensive line coach for the Jets. And if you look at the 49ers D-line, and if you look at the Jets D-line, those are guys that can rush, rip, and get upfield, right? And we've been talking about being able to be aggressive and gritty and all of those things, right? We've been talking about that. So he is now the new defensive line coach for the Jets. Listen to him speak real quick.
We are presented by WinBet. Betting is a team sport. Bet together at WinBet. Eric Allen here in the studio at One Jets Drive, joined by Jets defensive line coach Aaron White.
Salute, Sadiq.
Year 2 for you and the coaching staff. What's different out there this spring?
We're starting with a base now. You know, for the most part, we got some new faces here and there, but for the most part, guys, I'm using vocabulary, I'm using terms, I'm using techniques, and guys, it clicks quicker. It's like, this is what he means. And then there's some carryover too, Eric. Like, the guys who've been there can put their arm around the guys who are brand new to be like, hey, this is what he means, you know, or like, hey, don't listen to the tone, this is what he means, you know. So it's been really nice to kind of feel like hey, you're not starting over from scratch. You're not.
That's Aaron Whitecotton. He's considered the D-line guy that the Cowboys may go out and pick up. I think that if you look at D-line situations for us, we had what's the guy that's now over there in Seattle land? What's his name? He was from London or something. Aiden something. I forgot his name. And he was a guy, when he was here, a lot of people gravitated towards him, right? But when speaking to certain individuals, they said, hey, you know, he good and all, but, you know, every time I get my hands back on these individuals, I have to reteach them and retrain them on techniques that will work for them and untrain them for the bad techniques that they taught him. You know, Aiden Durday, yeah. And there's nothing wrong with Aiden Durday, but these are guys that go and train with this particular, I'm not going to say his name, shout out to him, a good friend and follower of the show, what have you. And he said that he had to untrain the trained guys that trained with Aiden Durday to retrain them the proper way, right? And then when you get a chance to talk to Jeff Scanina and Greg Ellis, they had a different approach to this D-line on teaching these boys different techniques. So hopefully, and I don't think that Jeff Scanina, Greg Ellis will be back here. Greg Ellis, he may, I don't know. Jeff Scanina, I would love for him to be back. He had so much growth with Mozzie or what have you. But if we fool around and get Aaron Whitecotton, you know, if we get Aaron Whitecotton, you know, that would be a situation and scenario that would be an improvement of our D-line, right? And I love the mindset that Eberflus like to bring to the table. It's going to be something that's going to work out for us, I believe, in the near future by him having the mindset. Remember, he started off as a linebacker coach here, and the linebackers are like the quarterback of the defense, right? So if you have that in the building, that will work out tremendously for this particular team, and I think that will pay heavy dividends for this team by us continue to align our vision, right, or the team vision with this particular situation. And just to echo this one more time, let's bring in Will McClay for one more time about alignment and vision and dreams and things like that, because I truly believe that each one teach one, right? And if you have your finite reasons of why you want to do a certain thing, then that's very much so is that. But let me see if I can find that audio for y'all. But before I go, be sure to hit that like button, share this content, let a friend or that neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. I thought I had the audio, but let me play this audio instead. Riggs, where the damn audio at, Riggs?
Situation hiring Brian Schottenheimer. We heard the comments from Jerry. Not exactly a glowing endorsement, kind of, talking people into it. Only the way.
Find that audio.
I go back to Friday night tie. I'm home, sitting, doing some work, and my phone rings, and it was Jerry Jones. Now, I don't recall Jerry having called me before, and he goes on and on about how Brian Schottenheimer is nothing more than an assistant coach. He's always been an assistant coach. This is what he's done. These are his qualifications. How could people even be talking about him as a head coach? He's an assistant coach. And then he stopped on a dime. And he goes, but you know what, Adam? He's Brian the assistant no more. He's now the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. And it was so funny the way that he set it all up, led to it, and then bam, delivered the punchline of Brian Schottenheimer being the head coach. I said, Jerry, am I allowed to report that? He said, absolutely. Can I quote you, Jerry? Absolutely. So I'm typing up what he's saying as I'm on the phone with him to get out the story. It was pretty funny, the whole thing, the way it all transpired. And I was thinking, well, why would he call me on a Friday night? And I have to pay tribute here because I do believe that in a prior year, he would have called my dear friend Chris Mortensen to tell him that he was hiring Brian Schottenheimer. But because Mort, unfortunately, is no longer with us, he knew that he reached out to somebody connected to Mort, an extension of Mort. And that was Jerry Friday night. And I really appreciate that and thank him and his family for that call because it made me think.
R.I.P. to Chris Mortensen, I believe is how you say that man's name. Great storyline on Jerry the salesman. But here is the audio clipping of the alignment that I wanted to bring up.
I think that's the greatest part is being aligned from top down, and that's one of the commitments that we all made sitting in there about what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. It starts with ownership coming down, but Shotty's got a plan, got a vision. We're going to support that, and then what we'll do is continue to, add good players. I have a great feeling about Shotty, what he's looking for. He's going to communicate. He's going to over-communicate. He's going to ask his staff to do that, and they're going to over-communicate with us, and we're going to over-communicate with them. That's how we're going to get it done the first year. We'll continue to grow and get better at it.
No doubt. So with that being said, we're going to get better at it. Cowboy Nation, when we look at the complete picture of everything, it's too soon to grade this team, right? Because at the end of the day, the Super Bowl haven't even been played yet. We're still assembling our team together. There's 26 free agencies on this team that we must figure out ways to get these guys involved and paid and get things moving. If we don't, we'll be continue to circle the wagon in the wrong way, right? So before we go into the draft season, we must figure out ways to get into this thing called this right here, ladies and gentlemen. We must figure out a way to get into the free agencies that we have. But speaking of one of the guys that I can expound upon, got a chance to talk to him, real good friend of mine, Josh Butler. He talked about his plan in the Dallas Cowboys and these sorts of things on the Kick It With the D podcast. Here we go.
Yeah, for sure. When I got to the league, I had to make sure. Like that's when C.J. Goodwin, he number 29 on our team. He was telling me, he was like, "I getting good cahoots with the special teams coaches because that's gonna be my way to making it on there." And I was making sure I was on everything in the preseason. I was down there covering kicks, punt return, on kickoff return. I was trying to make sure I do everything I could possibly be on. I was like, "Coach, I got it. I'll go out there." And that's just that little effort showing them And that's how I got my chance. Because, like, when I first got called up, that's what I was mostly out there doing first, was special team stuff. And then it was like, all right, you ready for defense? I was like, yeah, I know all the plays. That's the thing, too, playbook, too.
Right.
A lot of people be messing up on simple stuff, simple little playbook stuff. If you don't learn that, they not going to play you, like, at all.
Yeah.
And so it's like you learn that playbook, you get in on special teams, you really good for it. Yeah.
No doubt. So that's Josh Butler, man. If any bright light that we had in the last year's season he was one of them, right? And I'm looking at his total body of work. I think that he's going to bring a lot to the table. I hope he have a great, speedy recovery. And if we get him back, I think Troy Pride is another guy that kind of came along the way on the latter end of the season, even though it was one or two games he played in. I think it was only 2. But neither here nor there. I think that it's a situation, a scenario that Josh, he could make an impact next season, for real. All right, and the next news that we have here is shown away in this offseason for rehab, coaching changes. DeMarvion Overshawn is excited to sit down with my girl, Natalie Hutchison, and I think that Nicole Hutchison. My bad, I'm messing up her name. Nicole, my bad. Charge it to my head, not my heart. Nicole Hutchison, and they do a great job. Let me see if I got it somewhere. Here we go.
How you doing?
I feel good. As you can see, my Crocs not in sports mode, so that means I'm getting around a little more confident.
Can y'all hear audio?
A couple weeks ago, and that's all I can ask for, just getting better each week. The guys in the training room, they know exactly what they're doing, so it's easy for me to go in there, trust everything that we're doing, knowing that when I get a chance to step back on that field, I'm going to be ready. So it definitely couldn't be better every day. I'm able to do a little more, and me, I push myself. I be smart, but I push myself, and I just can't wait to get back out there.
I know a lot of people
That boy got a hot boy chain on. I'm seeing a hot boy chain.
excited to get you back on the field and see you back on the field. You mentioned that you're obviously getting better every day. Well, this team is looking to get better this year in 2025.
It's the louder this thing go right here.
At the helm, and there were a number of you guys there at the press conference. Dak Prescott, Brock Hoffman. What is it about Schottenheimer that gives you all the confidence and that draws?
Listen properly.
First, I can say when I first got here, every time I seen Shotty, smile on his face, he's motivating. Whether it's defense, special teams, offense, he's always the coach that you can go to and you're going to get some type of motivation. And I've said it since I've been in the league and just watching teams all around. You get a guy that a team that's going to play hard for, all 11 guys on the field, that's going to play hard every play, every snap for them, then you got your coach. And I feel like that's what we got in Shotty, a guy that wants it as bad as we do. Family guy, football is his passion, and when I seen him yesterday coming into the interview, he saw us, and I can just see it on his face how bad he wanted, the tears and how much how much love he got just for us showing up. So when the coach showed me that side of him, it makes me want to go out there 100% every play, and I feel like that's what he's going to get out of this thing.
Man, that's on the defensive side, y'all. If someone on the defensive side talking glowingly of the offensive coach, that pays a lot. Most coaches they stick to their groups, especially when they're in the capacity like Shotty. So Shotty got a chance to fire up some people. He was very impressive when we were out there, and being able to be in those drills. So it will be such a glowingly review to see him out there, especially with the defense. And then we already know how Eberflus moves and operates. So you get those two unique passions out there on the field, man, anything is possible, man. So shout out to Overshawn, man, and I appreciate him. And shout out to my girl Nicole for interviewing him. And this episode is still brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Go to UnderdogFantasy.com and use promo code LAW. Get up to $1,000 in bonus cash and claim 50% deposit match You can do that today. Yes, indeed. So download Underdog and then use promo code LAW. And they have basketball, football. They have hockey as well, where you can pick your spread or your numbers for more or higher or lower. And you can check that out on Underdog, for example. They got Nicola at 28.5. You can either go higher or lower with those particular ratings there. And then they got a whole spread of things that you can do as it relates to Underdog Fantasy. So check out UnderdogFantasy.com and use promo code LAW. Lasher says, man, we hit a home run with shotties. I don't know, man. We just got to wait and see. I don't want to be the first person out there say, yeah, man, I'll write with this, I'll write with that. No, I want to have an objective point of view with this. I want to be able to look at Shotty and say, okay, all right, these are the areas we should improve at. And when we get into the free agency period, we'll see, because Jerry Jones' son, Stephen Jones, said himself that he would look into it. So we sitting there watching and waiting and saying, okay, when you going to look to it, So it's one of those things. So yes, indeed. So that's how I'm seeing this thing with Shotty. I'm not going to be too high nor too low with him, and keeping the expectations. And I recommend most of you guys to do the same. Like keep your expectations medium, because I don't want you guys to bust a blood vessel and blow a fuse in your mind because you thought it was going to be one thing and it ended up being another. And that's just all I'm saying. It's not scared. It's just being able to look at things objectively and say to yourself, all right, what are we doing here? But speaking of Shotty, here are some more reviews here. Nick Harris says, speaking of the Cowboys, executive vice president of operations and everything, Stephen Jones at the Senior Bowl, we touched on a variety of topics. High praises for Matt, okay, emphasizing on the offensive coordinator with run game. You guys got to love that. You can't hate that part. Emphasizing on run game. No recent talk with Zach Martin. Addressing Parsons' bland contracts. So I can't wait to hear what they say about that. And we'll be looking at this, because here's the finite reason why. And I appreciate you, Cowboys. Trey, he says, Harbaugh took over a 2010 underdog performance team and took them to the NFC Championship game. Coach and culture matter. Cowboys, Trey.
Take the money out, all of it. Come on. You're wasting my time now. Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on. Underperforming team, 2010. Are you saying that Shotty and Harbaugh are the similar coaching? That's all I'm saying. Appreciate you. Yeah. Shout out to you, Sadiq. Law, PayPal. Check your PayPal. My mother turned over to the Cowboys. Okay. Yeah. She tuned back into the Cowboys. Yeah. Yeah. Let's go with it. Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate you. So appreciate that. Come on with it. Yeah.
Take the money out.
Appreciate you, Sadiq, for your support and your love. Want to say this? Appreciate you. She states, shout out to you, Sadiq, and y'all put SC in the chat. My mother said that she's proud of you and looking nice, and she liked the tie. Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah, put a good tie on it. Put a good little knot on here, boy. Yeah, appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Stop, thief. Yes, indeed. So shout out to Mama Sadiq.
All I ask.
Yes, indeed. So here's another high praise of the now there I say Pat No C Walker comment on Will McClay, and then we'll open up the phone lines. How about that? All right, so Will McClay praises Pat No C. Walker states that upon the comments and quotes and retweets or what have you, overwhelming majority of the Cowboy fans understand clearly that the most important signing has taken place, and that's Will McClay is him. All right. So, and we all know that Will McClay is him. He's the one that take upon all of these good information. Yeah. But if it's somehow a situation and a scenario that you heard the news of Will McClay and you drive it to your destination and you check your phone and you swerve, but you got back in your lane respectfully. You got back in your lane. But the other car, they still swerving, they scrambling and they scraping and they fool around and scrape your vehicle. Whether it's a small fender bender or a major car wreck, a T-bone, right? You have to make a phone call, and it starts with this.
It starts from the first phone call. Most of the time, you're going to talk to Gene Burkett, a 30-year partner. You're not going to talk to some employee that just got put on the phones that day.
There are things that are so crucial, especially if it's a cataclysmic event, to have our experts get out and look at the vehicle, witness statements, photos, the whole thing.
Call Frenkel first. Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance
Gene, Scott,
Call
Mark,
Frenkel
call them. Chosen by the people, feared by the lawyers. You heard it. 214 or 817. And all of the threes you can dial, by the way. And when you jump on that hotline, you're going to get someone with a combined of 100 years of experiences. So be sure to reach out to Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers. About 320 folks moved to Dallas, the city of Dallas, a day. That's 9,000 folks. We need to tell them, hey, man, there's other cities, right? But you got somebody that lives in the heart of Dallas, that operate in the heart of Dallas, and that's Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers. They know anything and everything to get you going. So be sure to check out Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers. Also, if you can't do that, go to FrenkelFirm.com. They would take great care of you there on the website. Let's go with it. 657-390-7391. It's the hotline for your mind. Come on with it, baby. I got the first caller, the baller, shot caller. Previously had a birthday from the 201 100 grand with the plan. You're live on the nation. Watch this.
My boy.
What's up, man?
I hear the music still playing, so
Yeah. I'll bring you in the right way, man. Yeah. Now, did you get the tomahawk? What kind of steak you get? I know you didn't get no Salisbury in them. What you got, dog?
Come on, man. What did I tell you what I was gonna get, Law? What did I tell you I was gonna get, man? Don't disrespect me, man.
Yeah,
the tomahawk, man.
Okay.
I told you that, man, with the mashed potatoes and all that.
Oh, you got the asparagus? Okay. Yeah. Wagyu. Did you get the
You
Wagyu?
said to get.
How you like tomahawk, man? How you like tomahawk steak, though?
Oh, it's good. It's good, man. It's good, man. Hey, look, it's a lot, though.
It's a lot. Yeah. I can't even eat. I put let me get a doggy bag.
I definitely had to do that. I definitely had to do that. I didn't want to look too crazy. Like, man, he ate all that right there by himself. Nah, I can't do that.
Now, let me get the doggy bag because it tastes even better than later on that night.
Right?
Or the next day. Yeah. After that hen and settled down in the intestines. Boy, you fool around to get that tomahawk steak, man. Shoot. So a lot of people don't know what tomahawk steak is, man. They got to check it.
Got to experience it. If you didn't, you got to experience it, man. Got to go get that thing.
Now it's going to cost you like a car note. But
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'm about to throw my cash up in the chat, get some money back.
Yes, indeed, man. Hell yes. That's what I'm waiting for. Shoot, my birthday is this Saturday, right? Shoot, February 2nd, whatever the 2nd is. And my birthday is then. Yeah,
Oh, you gonna do the same thing? You gonna get your tomahawk too?
Repeat this, por favor. I'm finding somebody that can make me one. Somebody restaurant. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Look at that tomahawk. I got it on the screen, man. Look, they got it at Walmart for $151. That's uncooked.
That's uncooked though.
Yeah. Hell yeah, boy.
Hey man, but look, man, you see how Will sound?
Yeah.
Put it side by side, Law. Pull the clip up, Law. Put it side by side. Pull that clip up, Law. Pull up Magic Johnson. Pull up Magic Johnson.
Wait a minute.
And play Magic Johnson first, right? Play Magic Johnson first, and then play Will McClay second, and you let me know. You talk to me after that. Go ahead.
Wait a minute. Now you think I got this on repeat? Hold on. Play the clip. You like Pinky on this. He was just saying, what he was saying is my cousin. His name Day Day. I don't know. I'm gonna have to find that damn clip. I'm gonna have to, whatever you call, I'm gonna have that clip ready in the chamber, man. God dang. I think I probably deleted it, but hold on. I think I got it somewhere in the Rolodex here, man. Of man, where did I put that damn clip, man? But Magic, I gotta keep it, man. I can't delete it, but man, you just don't know. It's like building the plane as we fly, though. But hold on, I done had so many clips since that clip. Here it is. I see Magic face, you know. Let me see.
You said.
All right, so let me see if I can pull it here.
You said what does it take? New vision, new owner with a strategy, picking the right people. First, our coach, Coach Quinn, Adam Peters, and then we all step out the way and let them do their job.
Talent, culture, and people.
There it is.
Talent, culture, and people.
So that's it. Don't make this about us.
So you want me to stop right after Magic, or you want to hear Jerry?
No. Forget Jerry.
Forget Jerry, and then play Willie.
Play Will.
Okay, and Will look like he lost some weight, man. His face sharp over there. And he need him a tomahawk steak. that face sharper than mine. I know. Look at that.
Hey, I know what that contract looking like. He get a couple of tomahawks. I'm
pretty sure. Yeah. Slim Will, man. I'm worried about him now. If he lose too much now, he gonna have to reach out to Magic. Hold on, let me play the damn clip. Hold on.
And that's one of the commitments that we all made, sitting in there about what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. You know, it starts with ownership coming down, but Shotty's got a plan, got a vision. We're going to support that, and then what we'll do is continue to, add good players. I have a great feeling about Shotty, what he's looking for. He's going to communicate. He's going to over-communicate. He's going to ask his staff to do that, and they're going to over-communicate with us, and we're going to over-communicate with them. That's how we're going to get it done the first year. We'll continue to grow and get better at it.
All right, so what you getting at? What you getting at? You want me to play both clips? Now, what you got?
You telling me? You telling me you don't hear inspired?
Okay, inspired.
You don't hear that? You don't hear that? You don't hear? Maybe Washington was the act to get their act together.
Yeah. Okay.
Because that's what I hear.
Okay.
That's what I hear. I hear that.
I like the way you expound upon that, my brother. I absolutely love that, because sometimes, it takes another person's ear to hear. You get what I'm saying? So I never really looked at that. I do like the ideology that they talked about, alignment. Like, I got to have, Shotty have his vision, right? Not saying that he can walk on water or turn water into wine, right? But he do know. We're not saying that, but he do know where the liquor store at, right? So I can go grab these beers and we can have a good time. That's what we're looking for. And if we can go grab these beers out of Stephen Jones, and he did say, I'm going to try. I'm gonna look into that, right? And then we talking about aligning visions. And I do like the fact that the staff it's not just the homeboys, right? It's people that's absolutely working. You know, there ain't no Jeff Blasco and Scott McCurley.
Different.
Yeah.
The coaching staff is different.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah. You're right.
The coaching staff is different.
Yeah.
I'm like, huh? We actually getting guys that got experience, guys that have done this, and this is different.
Yeah.
This is different. These ain't the Jones boys picking this staff. That's
Yeah.
my homeboy. I got experience with him. No, these are guys that have experience. And then if you look at Shotty's game plan, the coaches that he's getting is fitting that.
Okay. I love every
It's
word you
fitting
said,
that.
bro. Hell yeah.
So it got my ears perked up, and I'm like, okay, maybe I see a change. Now time will tell, but right now it looks like I see a change. Yes, the big change is that's really going to show me is free agency.
Yeah.
But for right now, I see sometimes it's the little things, Lord. You know, ladies in the chat, say it with me. Little things that count, right? It's the little things. And the little things right now, the coaching staff is fitting what Shotty wants to put together right now. That's what I'm seeing.
You're right.
That's big.
I got no rebuttal to that. You know,
and this is coming from me.
Yeah,
This
I know.
coming from me,
and you team that like nothing can stop, nothing can stop us. I'm on the way up. You know, you one of them. You know.
But I call it how I see it.
Yeah.
And right now at this present moment, I see a difference.
I do like the part that he said division line. That's what my last video was when
And
we
that's
talked
what
about
how
that.
my ears perked up when he said that. I said, wait a minute, they never talked like that before, Law. They never talked like that before. And to hear that come out of Will McClay mouth, that's big.
But you know what's also serious though? Is when you look at the staff that they are trying to assemble, that part is serious. And when the third of the Cowboy Nation rejected Shotty, right? They rejected him because he's an in-house hire. And then you look at the fact that the media is out there saying, no, he's really good at this and he's really good at that, and he kind of sacrificed to go here and there. That do pay dividends. But now, as long as Shotty don't go out there and get a Scott McCurley, Tozine, Lean Kazine, you know, and as well as Jeff Blasco, but he's bringing in guys that have some shape, form, or fashion pedigree of coaching in the league recently. Not like a Mike Nolan, you know. These pieces are a whole lot better, you know. It's a whole lot better.
These pieces are a whole lot better. These pieces know about the trends of the league now. All these pieces are younger. These ain't no 60, 70-year-old guys. These are younger guys that understand the NFL. I think I'm seeing a change here, you know. I think I'm seeing a change. And like you said, we really was going to know when it came down to that coaching staff.
Yeah.
If that coaching staff was 80 or 60 and 70-year-old guys, then we would be like, oh, same old.
Yeah.
This ain't that.
Man,
ain't that.
Man, the picture is looking brighter now, man. I appreciate you so much for calling in, man. And hey,
no doubt.
Hey, us Aquariuses, you know how it goes, bro. Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You already know.
Appreciate you, bro. Have a good one, man. That's
man.
100 grand with the plan, man. Yeah. I'd never looked at it that way, ladies and gentlemen. I've never really looked at it that way. The next call I have, just hold tight. I just want to go off of this right here. That's why I still have to wait for the complete picture to be finished painting, right? Right now, we just see the framework, and we see a picture of Shotty and Eberflus, right? And those are the two guys right now. And now we see him with his arms folded, Will McClay, right? Willie, you know, he's going to continue to make sure that this vision is in line, right? And one of the things that the Jones family love to do is the need to be right. That's hard, ladies and gentlemen. The need to be right is a hard thing. And they need to be right with Eberflus. He was a homegrown guy. Is a retread. He come back, right? Like the prodigal son, you know, they're going to cut it, the fat cow, right? And give it to him. Meaning that they're going to give him weapons. Shoddy, they need to be right. So they're going to make sure that prodigal son, they somehow got two prodigal sons, you know. And they're going to bring forth the fat cow and give it to him, you know. So that's how it was. And hopefully the need to be right, it will be at the table. Because with Mike McCarthy, the intentions, hear me out, the intentions, boy, I can't talk today, were, okay, we hire you because there will be a revolt if we hire Kellen Moore, right, as the head coach to fill in the shoes of Jason Garrett, right? And people will say, man, Jason Garrett's shoes, he must have small feet. It's not big feet. But it is what it is. R. Williams says Eberflus could be bad for Micah. No. Eberflus is going to be everything right for Micah Parsons. Because it's going to allow Parsons to stay on that edge. Mears Learfowl. And Overshawn, whenever he get right, ooh, baby, it's going to be nice. Like Sexy Red, ooh, baby. I try to hit it like her. I love you. You my everything. That's how Mears Learfowl gonna be singing. Yeah. I'm gonna go find that drop just for y'all, you know. I got Josh, man, for the 928, and then I got the 206 you in the mix. All right, Josh, talk to me.
Hey, what's up, Law? How's it going, bro?
Hey, man, going great, man. Going great.
Hey, so I just wanted to ask real quick, man. So I know that we haven't done anything in free agency.
Right.
You know, in the past years, Jerry hasn't made a big splash. And the names that he does, the names that he does pick up, they're washed. They're way past their prime.
Right, James Washington. You know, all of that. Yeah.
Right. And so Mike Fisher, he was saying, like, when I forgot what week it was, but he was saying, you know, for us to calm down when it comes to free agency, because he knows that we're supposed to be getting like 8 pickups, and he said to book it. So do you have any insight on that? If maybe like he's telling the truth, or because I know Jerry or I know Steven was saying that we're going to go into free agency. And Steven never really lies, you know. If he says something, you know, there's some truth. But unlike Jerry's like on both sides of the fence.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. I'm not shooting any jabs at Fisher, but he is a water carrier of the Joneses. So they will give him some intel. Just like you heard the storyline of Adam Scheffner. He said he got a call from Jerry, right? And said, okay, I'm about to sign Brian Shoddy, you know, as the head coach. And I've been around Fisher long enough to know that he do get some intel, some information from the Joneses. But to be fair to the salary cap and where we at on the cap, we don't have a lot of money, right? So he could be telling the truth with that, because we don't have any money to go out there and will and deal, because we right now carrying over we over the cap $2.9 million. So somebody contract got to get adjusted, and the Cowboys will not be able to operate in self mode or operate in the dark because of these things right here. The moment, because it's like equation, what you do to one side, you got to do to the other. The moment we hear that a player's contract is being touched and being readjusted or what have you, or if there's a post-June 1 cut or however that saying goes with Terrence Steele or whatever may happen, then we know we finna be serious about free agency. We know we're going to be serious about free agency. But for right now, we don't have any money to even sign our own guys, right? I'm looking at this chart right here. We $2.9 million in the hole. We got to get out of that first.
Right. Yeah, no, for sure, man. I believe you. And, yeah, Mike, the past few episodes that Mike's done for the past month or so, he keeps, he's very clear about it,
Yeah.
Just be ready to spend this year in free agency to all the fans. So, but that's all I got. Law, do you mind if I just give a quick shout out to my family?
No, go ahead. Yeah, shout out to the fam. Go ahead.
I love you guys, Shanley, Lex, Holden, and Harlan, and Halia. I love you guys, and go Cowboys Nation.
Yes, indeed. Let's go Cowboy Nation, man. Appreciate you, Josh. Yes, indeed. Ooh, baby. Yes, indeed. Man, yeah, take heed to what Fisher is saying. This season right here, and this season right here, I call it the lion season. But this is the fish season, and no shots at fish though. This is the fish season, right? Fish gonna be out there at the Star in Frisco. He gonna throw that reel out there, yeah. That boy gonna be fishing, So he gonna be fishing for the information, yeah. So all you have to do is go and check out the information that he's gonna be having right here. But one of the things that I'm looking at now. Lord, when you look at this salary cap and you look at the people with the money, oh my gosh. Whoo! I would love to coach for the Patriots right now. Oh my God. Woo! Them boys got $120 million available to spend. Oh my gosh. The Raiders got $92 million. $92 million. Okay, I got Todd Archer update. Hold on. Let me give some updates right here. Hold on. Yeah, hold on.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! It is you!
See what Todd Archer talking about. Yeah. It says here in the last 2 days, Cowboys absolutely have interviewed Arizona offensive line coach Clayton Adams, who's going to bring grit, dog nasty to the table, as well as they interviewed tight end coach Kevin Koger, not Freddie Cougar, for the offensive coordinator job, per sources. Now, what I'm going to say is with this, ladies and gentlemen, there must be something that's brewing up and is about to work into the Cowboys' favor. Yeah. Pittman says $120 million available to spend. They got some money, bro. Commanders got 86, Cards got 71, D-Bears got 64 million, and the Chargers finna re-up with 63. The 49ers got $48 million available to spend, and they like this with Brock Purdy. They like, Purdy, we might end up franchise tagging you, Purdy. Purdy. They might not pay Purdy. News out there in that camp, but neither here nor there. Let me get my guy on, MJ from the 206, and then I got Big Amish. Hold tight. From the 206, you're in the mix. Talk to me.
How about them Cowboys?
How about them?
I told y'all, I was the only one that was like, whoa, me. Because I already knew I'm old school out of all you guys. I done seen how many times we done choked. But now, we ain't going to choke no more, Cowboys. I'm going to tell you right now, every time we have a bad season, when our quarterback get hurt, he'll come back and give us like 12, 13 wins. That's a guarantee.
Right.
We're going to get that for real. That's a guarantee. I'm telling y'all right now. And all them teams y'all thinking, woo, 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 it ain't like that. You got the best talent in the world, and you still get your book whooped. So you got to have luck on your side, too. So I'm not worried about no stinking Eagles or no Commodores. I'm going to call them the Commodores.
The Commodores.
And I was so happy.
Really good
They
group.
got their butt whooped because they would have been bragging. The one guy from Washington kept calling me, my friend. He wouldn't call me in 6 years, and he calling me every day. And now I don't hear no call from him. Ain't that crazy, Law? I don't get no call from him. So I'm glad, and I'm from St. Louis, East St. Louis.
East St. Louis, baby.
Yeah, my Missouri family, the Kansas City Chiefs gonna take care of that for me. So I'm gonna be celebrating then, and then we gonna come back with a vengeance. Cause I'm telling y'all, that run game gonna be cold. Hey! I'm gonna be out there. I'm gonna wear my boy hat. They say run the damn ball. What's his name? What's our boy name?
West Coast. Never look down. Never look down because the stars are up, man. That's my guy, West Coast, man. Yeah.
Hey, let's tell West Coast. I'm finna wear that hat out there, and all the Cowboy fans gonna wear that hat. Run the damn ball. And once they sign this Arizona dude, get them old dudes out of here. Now we got the young.
Mike Solari
and
them.
the old in with the new.
Yeah.
Man, we finna win. Now the keeper me, the linebackers finna be good. His corners played good in Chicago. So, because you wanted that corner from Chicago, but, he all pro. You ain't gonna get him.
Jalen Johnson, I think that his skill set is really phenomenal. I would put to a lesser degree or right in the same wheelhouse of a Bland. Bland needs some techniques to learn from. And if we can get a Jalen Johnson type of performance out of Bland on a consistent basis, then hell, I'll take that. But one can argue that as a ball hawker, Bland is him. But go ahead.
What about, I was watching tape. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. That Ole Miss cornerback, I love how he covered. Have you seen that Ole Miss cornerback?
No. Yeah.
I think he's number 2 or 6. Boy, man, his covering skills, that's what y'all want. And he played against the top receivers in the S. You see what I'm saying? And that running back from Auburn. Auburn got so many good halfbacks. I've been watching all the halfbacks. I'm happy with either one, y'all. If we don't get the running back that y'all want, guys, it's like 30 running backs that cold-blooded. I'm talking about. This running back crew is so cold-blooded. And with this running scheme,
you talking about Trey? You talking about Trey from Ole Miss, right?
Yeah. Trey cold-blooded. Woo! That's who I would love to have, Trey, and put him with Bland now.
But don't sleep on Benjamin Morrison though. Yeah.
Who he play for?
Notre Dame.
What's it? Oh, okay, yeah, he good too.
Yeah, he really good.
Yeah, I like him too. Them tall corners that can cover. I love that, man.
He's 6 foot. He's 6 foot, but Trey is 6'1". But Revel from ECU, look up his tape at East Carolina. Yeah. Shavon Revel.
Another thing. The Iowa State, both of them Iowa State receivers, cold-blooded. The tall one and that little one, that fast one,
Higgins.
That little dude run punt.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, but I ain't gonna lie, y'all.
In closing, yeah.
I would love to have that TCU wide receiver. That's our Debo.
Oh, you talking about Savion? That boy getting that boy.
Man, he put it with it. Man, that would open it up for our receivers. All our receivers and Lamb will be so. Hey guys, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Don't be down and out. We coming back, and Charlotte's putting his whole team. And hey, give it out to Law Nation and the fans. Y'all put pressure on Jones. Them. They know y'all. They know y'all mad at him. And Shotty gonna get what he want, y'all.
Yeah.
And we gonna take it from there.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. Yes, indeed. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.
I'm saying it, Super Bowl.
Yeah. All right. Appreciate you, man. Good call from you, man. And it's a wild day, man. This brother says Super Bowl in January. on a leap day, right? Shoot, Super Bowl. Yeah. I love the enthusiasm. I do love that. I like that Trey Harris, man. And I know that other guys may move up on the list. And if they keep knocking Trey Harris down, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Give me Ashton Genty, Jihad Campbell, and give me Trey Harris in the third. That's giving me a running game. That's giving me another weapon for Eberflus. And they're giving me another weapon that you can put 6'3", run like a deer out there, boy. Shoot, high point the ball, short area quickness. He got all of that. Give me that. Now, I'll roll with that. I will absolutely roll with that. I need to give me a running back in the first 2 rounds. If you pass up a running back in the first round, you better be dog sure to get that running back in the second. Don't be playing around with your food. Please don't play around with your food, ladies and gentlemen. Please don't do that. Ice cold Cowboy said he got a dream over there. Yes, indeed. I got from the 202. Big, you're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
How about them Cowboys?
How about them? Yeah. Get on up the hill.
I don't want to temper things, but I have to just pump the brakes a little bit on the enthusiasm.
Okay.
But before I do that, the best signing has been Will McClay. There is no doubt over the past how many years Will McClay's been pulling things out of the hat and saving the Cowboys. He's the only one.
Yeah, he's
no coach. He's been saving coaches actually by his draft strategies. So that being said, okay, now as far as coaches, now let me get this straight. We have a shoddy coach, and now we have a Eberflus coach, which we will call Coach Floozy. So you got a Floozy coach and a shoddy coach. No, I like that.
That could ring, you know. Oh, it was Flugazy going on, shoddy flu. But yeah, if it don't work, them names could be terrible for us. Well, go ahead.
So, but here's what I took, and I thank you for the content. I wouldn't have seen that press conference if it wasn't for you. But it's all about Jerry Jones. This was his coming out party.
Right.
This was his coming. He said it. He said he wanted to be a coach, or his desire. He wanted to be a coach. He said it. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, you're right. Mm-hmm.
So with that said, what did he do? He did the same old thing. In-house hires. I'm not saying I'm going to be happy for the Cowboys. I want them to succeed. But all I see is the same old, right? Don't piss down my back and tell me it's raining.
Right.
That's what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And you can't also put lipstick on a pig.
Okay.
It's still a pig.
Still a pig.
Right. So it's still so where are we going with this? Eberflus, I think he'll be great with the linebackers coach. Schottenheimer, I don't know what to get out of it other than it's what Jerry Jones said. He's going back to the future, old school. He's running the ball. But we knew that, right?
Facts.
We knew that. But okay, so but what happened? Let me just ask you this. What happened after the first loss to the 49ers? What did we do to correct anything?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Okay. We got rid of everybody. We got rid of folks. We was in our feelings. You're right.
Right. So people are departing. Okay, so you didn't learn 2022. What lesson did you learn? And that goes for everyone, even the players. What lessons did you learn when the second go-around came in the playoffs with the 49ers?
Oh, you cooking with some hot grease, man. Talk to us, man. Come on, get it out. Get it out. Boy, you cooking there, man. Come on with it. I like that.
That's the 49ers with a guru coach and talent. 2023 rolls around. You're high on your horse. You're believing the media.
Mm-hmm.
A team rolls in with an unknown quarterback, basically, first-year quarterback. I might be wrong on that, but anyway, basically an underrated quarterback.
Right.
And a team rolls in, the mighty Cowboys. And what happens to them? 27-0. Coming before 27-0. That's how you have your team ready for a championship. That's championship football. Or is it playing around the rim, which Jerry Jones is talking about? He's never talking about Super Bowls anymore. But 27-0 is what we saw. What happened after that? This is the question. What happened after that ass whooping? What happened? Did you sit down with the coaches, with the players?
We drafted Tyler Guyton. You're right. Oh, man, you cooking. You cooking, man. I appreciate you for calling in, man. Hey, you cooking with some hot grease there. Appreciate you for calling in, big.
One last thing. It's movie star Jerry Jones. Netflix, this is all about him. He's the next movie star. All right, leave you with that.
No doubt. Ooh, man. Oh, my gosh, man. I never really looked at – after 2021, we got rid of Amari Cooper, and we drafted in 2022 – who we drafted in 2022, y'all? HBO me. Let me pull this up. Oh, my gosh, man. I'm going – Tankathon. Boy, I love this. Okay. Ooh, baby. They got us going with Ashton Genty, Matthew Golden, and Barrett Carter as the mock draft for Tankathon. All right, so let's go. Let's go down revisionist history. Okay. 2020, we drafted CeeDee Lamb. We had no choice. We had some good draft picks. That was the guy. That was the kid of the draft, man. And then Osa, of course, those guys that came out of 2021 draft, those were the two highlighted markers right there. And, of course, Izzy is still on this team, and everybody else kind of gone. But after 2021, we looked at the offensive line. We went and drafted Tyler Smith, which 2022 draft is pretty good, but we still haven't seen Sam Williams. Jalen Tolbert, he's no replacement for Amari Cooper, by the way. Nor is he of the kind of caliber of player as prime Michael Gallup. I don't think that Jalen Tolbert is of that level, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling y'all. But out of 2022, we got to give kudos and credence to Deron Bland out of that draft, right? And then after 2022, we get Mozzie, we get Schoonmaker, Overshawn, and not a single player in 2023 made a major move. We got high hopes for Mozzie. Normally it takes 3 years. Schoonmaker, he gave us a little tweak here and there last season. And Overshawn, he's overly hurt, but we hope he can come back. Awesome Richards, he's been a healthy scratch in a lot of games. Eric Scott, he plays for the Chiefs now on their practice squad. Deuce Vaughn, we don't know who he is. Jalen Brooks, we know the case of that. And then after that loss to the playoff, we went and got Tyler Guyton, Marshawn Nealon, Cooper Beebe, Leah Fowle, Ryan Flo. Who else sticks out? Justin Rogers, we cut him, we brought him back. Out of this draft, out of these last two drafts, we need to draft better. We need to hit some nail on the head with this one, We need to. We need to make a big splash draft to make all of this stuff work. We can't draft safe this season. And to be fair, we drafted a whole lot earlier versus these 12-5 drafting. So we should be able to do something, y'all, running back first, stop drafting from small schools. Yes, indeed. I feel you with that. All right, I got from Long Beach, California, 562. Aaron, you're live on The Nation. Talk to me, man. Aaron?
Yo, hello?
Oh, yeah. What's good, bro? What you got?
Hello? Hey, man, quick question. Well, not a quick question. Do you think Guyton is going to plan out this season, or should we just go ahead and get another offensive line?
Ooh, you know what? Since we're going to have fresh eyes, right? If we do end up hiring this new offensive line coach, he's going to have fresh eyes. He's going to have a fresh sense of responsibilities. And he's not going to have what my guy Brian Broader say, sponsors in the house anymore, right? So he's going to go into there. If we hire him, he might say, you know what? You look better at right side. We're going to move you to the right side. We're going to break the pool stick in the middle of the table and let you and Terrence Steele fight for it. It could be a blessing in disguise. Yeah.
Right, because I was about to say, if we do keep him moving to the right side, are we still keeping Terrence Steele, or you gonna pay out his contract and let him walk?
$10 million to have freed up, man, looks real good right now. That's a lot of money to free up, man, because we owe a lot of people money. We in the hole $2.9 million, right?
Exactly.
Before you cut them, what they do is the coaches say, hey, let me get my hands on him first. Let me see. Right. Let me look at some tape. Let me see what's going on. Let me get my hands. He could be, no pun intended, he could be having his drop off because of Mike Solari. He got bad when Mike Solari got here. So Terrence Steele was okay before Mike Solari. So that could be a situation.
Okay. So if the coaches we get now, they say, I like him, I want to move to the right side. Now we still missing LT.
Awesome Richards, according to Nate Newton, was your best LT. He was better than Chuma. He said he was better than Chuma, and he was working out better. Not saying that he's best LT in the in this particular NFC East, but he said he was the best LT that he saw from his eyes. So, and then awesome, he ended up getting hurt last year too, so we couldn't really see it the way we wanted to see it. But you know what I would do, bro? I would, because Tyler Smith, y'all can put it in the chat or you may know, he did make All-Pro at left tackle, did he?
He did.
He did. Okay, so you got an All-Pro at left tackle. Can TJ play good at guard there? Or can we move some stuff around? Can we try somebody else at guard? But
we could.
But there'd be too much moving pieces around. Or is he a guard to stay?
Yeah.
I don't think did he ever make All-Pro at guard? Or am I reaching? I don't know.
I think he did. I think he's a Pro Bowl.
He made Pro Bowl, or did he make All-Pro?
No, he made Pro Bowl. No, I don't think he made All-Pro. So I think if he moved back to the left tackle, he can make All-Pro again.
I'm just saying though. I'm just saying. I'm just thinking.
No, I hear you.
Because that's the most important part of your position right there at the quarterback is protect your blind side.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, we need to put our best on it over there. But as far as free agent, is it possible we can get, what's his name, Hassan Reddick from the Jets? Because he didn't play with them all season.
If we get that D-line coach from the Jets, I don't know the relationships of that. But Hassan Reddick, from what I heard, is that he's a sack merchant, right? He don't play the run well. He's just going out the stats. So, and then he's a healthy price tag, So I don't know, man. I definitely don't know. I definitely don't know with him. I'll stay far away from him because I like Marshawn Nealon, and I like the possibility of Micah Parsons, Marshawn Nealon, and whoever we go and get in this draft. I would like that a little bit better.
Okay. All right. Well, shoot. That's all I got for right now. I'm about to head out to work, but appreciate you having me on, Law.
I appreciate you calling me, bro. That's Aaron, man. Got to go get them bills paid, man. I know that feeling, And then bring in Khalil Mack. Yeah. I'm bringing in someone who know the room, who's willing to come in and with one goal, one vision to win a championship. But he said we want to win. And if Jerry Jones or Stephen Jones said that they're going to go out here and make that type of free agent move, let's get it. Tyler made All-Pro at right guard. He never played on the right side, playmaker 24. I thought he made all pro at left tackle. I don't think and I know he made Pro Bowl for guard this year, you know. But I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel here. I just hope that whoever we get, that they bring creative ideas. And normally when coaches do come here, like the offensive line coach, if we do sign him, he's going to pick up the phone and say, hey, you want to give it a shot over here in Cowboys land? You know. Yeah. So Tyron Smith was still left tackle that year, just from Playmaker 24. Okay, yeah. You may be on something, Playmaker. Shoot, hey, you know, it is what it is. So we might get a new offensive line coach and we may get a new defensive line coach. And they both are in their youth. And you win games, you win and lose games. You win and lose games at what spot? Down in the trenches, right? So that's where I would go at, you know, down in the trenches. Mike from the 757, you're live on the Nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. What you got for me, bro?
Ain't much going on, Laura. What's going on, brother?
Hey, everything kicking it, man. Everything kicking strong, bro. What you got?
Man, nothing much. You know, I would typically harp on the past of Mike McCarthy, but I ain't even gonna do that today.
Man, all we gonna do is for your loss, man. Mike and Mike.
Send them all.
Send them all, baby. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you know, we get it, man. We get it, bro. You know, I know you fought the good fight for Mike, and it didn't happen. New Orleans didn't want him. Bears didn't want him. Jacksonville didn't want him. You know, and it's sad to lose a job to a guy that says Duval. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
hey, he had so many swerves. He had so many swerves in his neck. I said, God, no. No offense to that community though, but
right.
Shoot, shout out to Duval.
No flavor behind it. No flavor behind it.
But what you got, Mike? What you got for this one, man?
I'm willing to move forward with Brian Schottenheimer. You feel what I'm saying, man? I believe in the philosophy of running the football. I believe in the philosophy of passing the ball off the run, using play action. And for what it sounds like, our defensive coordinator is a linebackers guy.
Right.
And that's really what we really need help. That's what we haven't had in probably about 2-3 years. Is like a legit lineman. We just had one this year in Kendricks. And I think Lou Fowler's pretty good. And don't forget, I heard you talk about the combination of Micah Parsons and Nealon and all that. Man, we cannot forget Overshown. I know this guy be getting hurt, but that
man, I'm kissing that. I don't want him to back next year. I want them to bubble wrap.
Back?
Nah, bubble wrap him, man. And you know,
I feel you. He hurt. He like Sean Lee. He's Sean Lee.
Yeah.
All over again.
Bone to bone, man. That boy got bone to bone. You know, the synovial fluid gone. You know, no synovial fluid in the knees, man.
This is what I'm saying, though, Law. When he on the field,
it's nice.
That boy fast. That boy, I'm like, I think we.
That's why you can go to Jihad. You can get your Jihad Campbell. You can get, let's say, Jalen Walker. You can go get another linebacker. I don't want to rush him. You know, let Leo Fowl get out there. You know,
you're saying you don't want to back next season, but the following season you're good with him.
Yeah, man. Because it's bone to bone, man. Man, it's bone. No, I don't want them cut, but I don't want to. Look, we all seen the story, man. We already got books, we got magazine clips and everything of a player being rushed back. Name me one player that was rushed back that went crazy for the Cowboys.
Nobody.
So I can't even, they rushed Byron Jones back, never came the same. They rushed Michael Gallup back, never became the same. Even Crawford and them. And that's how you get paid. You get hurt, you get paid. The only person, I take that back, the only person that you can argue that they rush back, and I know I'm going to get some clap back from this, you know what I'm saying? But it was Rain, Dakota, Prescott, you know, yeah. 2021 Dak. Shoot.
Let me tell you something, Law. I refuse to even talk about Dak right now. I don't got a lot of nice things to say about Dak, but I do have a lot of good things to say about Dak at the same time.
Yeah.
But right now, Dak got me on a roller coaster right now. With him, he got me on a roller coaster right now with him, man.
It's one of them crazy rides with Dak. You ride around like, oh my God, Dak.
Because of the season, boy, he be having me up. I'll be talking trash to my coworkers and everything, man. I'll be going into work talking big trash, like, yo, like second MVP votes, all pro. I'm like, boy, y'all quarterbacks can't mess with this. And then when it come playoff time, and I see them deer in headlights on the sideline,
it's the eyes, man. I know what view you're talking about.
Just block his eyes.
Yeah, and cut them sleeves off, man. Let's show the tattoos, man. Maybe they'll scare off some folks, man. But sweaty Dak, I like, man, give that man a fan or some anti-sweat deodorant or something. That Dak, when he starts sweating, I'm like, oh Lord. So you're right. You're right. Bad. It is bad. So shout out to Dak, man. But we gotta give him some sweat stuff, man. Rub it all over him, man. But I appreciate you, bro. Thanks for calling in.
Oh, Law, last thing before I go. I got a quick question for you. Do you believe that, I know that we want this Genty guy first round, right? Yeah. Do you believe that I just feel like running the ball makes your O-line better.
It does.
You feel what I'm saying? They get some more engaged. They're going to want to block more, blah. Do you feel maybe we could go maybe for best D lineman first round, work the interior? Something about Mozzie, I just don't think he's going to get no better, man. I really think he's a bust.
It's too soon to tell. But appreciate you, Mike. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Yeah. I'm going to live off of the Bill Parcells philosophy. It takes 3 years to grade and evaluate draft picks. So I'm giving it's going into the third year now. If Mozzie don't show me nothing next year or this season going into this season, then y'all can use the B word, bust it all open, you know. And Posey, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you.
Take the money out.
Yeah. Here's my take on Genty. And shout out to Mozzie. I think he will pan out. Here's my take on Genty. You draft Genty, and if he panned out, you 1,000,000% right. You 1,000% right, or you 100% right, however you want to grade your rightness. You be right. If you if you draft Genty and he don't work out, we can now put that argument to bed. But the reason why you go with Genty is because he's been doing things on a collegiate level that the great Barry Sanders been doing. Of course, we can throw in other names, but when you throw in the guy that kept fumbling the ball, the name tip of my tongue, that was all Wisconsin offensive line. But you clearly know that when you played against Boise, it was just Boise. So if you draft Genty, and if it don't work, you can say, hey, we should never do that again. We learned our lessons the hard way. It didn't work. He's a legitimate bust. You know what I'm saying? But if he end up working, the odds, the chances of him working are heavy in his favor, right? It's heavy that if you go draft Genty, he can be that guy that can give you plenty, right? It just rhymes for your mind. He's a hometown hero kid. He'll be a hometown hero kid. He grew up loving the Cowboys and beyond, not like saying that other players don't. But if you end up getting him, he can probably pan out for you. But if it don't work, This draft class is such, you got 10 draft picks anyway. And if you think Scat Boo can work for you, he'll be there in the 4th round. Oops, we don't have a 4th round draft pick. Trade into the 4th round and get Scat Boo. Get Cam and them, Cam Scatterboo. Or get one of those other running backs. But Genty is too good to just pass up. It's just too good. It's just like I was watching this episode on Family Guy. And they gave him an option. Peter, they said, Peter, you want a yacht. Or you can take this mystery box. And the mystery box was about this big. But he won a yacht. And he was like, let me get the mystery box. You know what I'm saying? Because the guy said you can win, you want a yacht. Or you can take this mystery box and a yacht can be in the mystery box, And Peter, you know what Peter did? He went and got the mystery box. So just take the tangible thing that you know, that you've seen, that yacht. And if the yacht, if you don't know how to sell it, if you don't know how to sell it, that's all you had to do. Yeah. R.J. Harvey, Hampton, Neal, Devin Neal, Judkins. Double dip in this draft, man. Double dip in this draft with run game. You won't go wrong with it, y'all. I'm telling y'all, double dip. I know you got your favorites. You may have seen a certain team that you like, that you love, but double dip. Don't do the mystery box. Yeah, Blunt, don't do the mystery box. Just go ahead and get Genty. And if it don't work, 3rd round draft pick or 4th or 5th, trade up. You got what I don't want the Cowboys to do. What I don't want the Cowboys to do is have 10 draft picks. I don't want them to have 10 draft picks. I want them to package some of these picks together, move up, and grab somebody. Try to get as many picks as possible that you can get in the 100, top 100s. I got the 530, and then I got the 409. So, and then the 469. Y'all hold tight, man. 530, you're live.
All nation. What's going on, man?
Woodrow, man. What's good with you? What you got for me?
How you doing, bro? How you doing? Thank you for everything you're doing, bro.
Yeah.
I want to start out with saying I got a question, and so I wasn't old enough to be there when Jimmy Johnson was hired. I was 8. Thank you. I was 8 years old the last time we won the Super Bowl, so I wasn't around for all that coaching changes back then. But did everybody love Jimmy Johnson the way everybody loves him now? Did they love him the first time? From what I'm hearing?
Everybody in 1989, they hated everything to do with the Cowboys. There were people renting their jerseys and stripping them up, and then in 1990, people were still on the fence, but they saw tiny movements, right? And then 1991, my heart was ripped out, bro. I was crying. I laid out like Family Guy. To this day, I can't stand the Detroit Lions. They ripped us apart, and it was terrible. Okay. Barry Sanders and all of those boys, they beat the brakes off of us. But in 92, that's when things changed for us, man. And there's something that we saw in 93. And, of course, that was in 93. That's when Emmett had to hold out and all of this stuff. But he said he didn't hold out because his contract expired. They lost the first 2 games, and they end up winning it all, So 94, I got mad again, but because of the acquisitions from the 49ers getting Dion, and they beat us in that playoff game. And I think that a lot of people were in love with Jimmy at that point.
Okay, good. Okay, so it took a little while, just like it might possibly be a similar situation with Shotty.
The expectation's different, though. The expectation different now, though. You know, the Cowboys is in the losing. They're losing money, and you had more. Even though patient levels were down, but you still had more opportunities with the ideology of less expectations. You know what I'm saying? But now the expectation is for him to succeed now, to be successful now.
Okay. And I'm liking the Shotty hire. I've always ever since he's been in the building, I've always tuned into his interviews, and I like the way he was well spoken, and I could see that what they called about the deference that our guy Jerry Jones was talking about. But I seen it too, and I seen he wanted to say some things that Mike McCarthy probably wasn't running the ball enough. Right. And I agree. And I was one of the Mike McCarthy advocates of keeping him just because I knew that he could possibly do some difference. But I was also pissed when I seen the 3rd and 1 Hail Mary. Like, come on now. Common sense. But hearing that Shotty's going to run the ball and then Eberflus and then Nick Sorensen coming in here, we're going to have a younger coaching staff. I hope they get rid of Mr. Wing Eyebrows, Coach Solari. He could fly his... You know what I mean? You can fly up on out of here with those wing eyebrows. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh man. So I'm just really happy, and I am actually excited to see the change. If I've been a Genty guy, if we can, you know what I mean? If we can get Genty, a Tez Johnson or Savion, a Mike Green, a Devin Neal. I hope we can get all this.
Yeah, we have a finite opportunity of a chance to get any of those guys you name, especially by us not picking on the back end of the draft. Our biggest hole right now is that we don't have a 4th round draft pick. That 4th round, boy, Jerry and them, boy, I don't know what they be doing with that 4th round draft pick, man.
Why is it the 4th always, though? Was that the same with Trey?
Yeah, we didn't have no. We had Trey and now Mingo. So
Mingo.
Trey Mingo.
Trey Mingo. Come on now, hey. And just let Mingo get out there. I seen him cooking some people. Just Cooper Rush couldn't get him the ball. I seen some underthrown passes from Cooper Rush that I was like, yeah, I like Cooper a lot, but come on now, you got that little arm on you when it come down to those balls being thrown at the feet of Mingo.
Boy, before I let you go, you open my mind up to something. Oh, my God, I love it. I love it because I love when people open my mind.
Let me crack your cranium and fertilize your brain.
You know what you just did?
Yes.
What is Mingo's greatest asset? What is his greatest ability?
He's physical.
Keep going.
Route runner. I believe he's a good route runner.
But start with a B.
With the B?
Yeah, start with a B.
Ooh.
Blocking.
What's his greatest? Body? His body?
Yeah. Body blocking, man. He blocks, man. He get down there. He get down on you, boy. So
yes.
So
he was he's a big boy.
He's a big boy. He gonna move stuff out of the way. What we gonna do this year?
Man, we're gonna run the ball, so we're gonna need Mingo out there to
Mingo. Oh my! You open my mind. I'm like, what if Shotty was like, yeah, we go get Mingo. You know what I'm saying? I can work with him.
Yeah. That could have been
the
a
run blocking.
Move.
Yeah, could have been. It's a Shotty fit now. I guarantee you. Boy, there's some tape of them throwing Jalen Brooks out the club. He can't be on every down on running the ball. He need a sandwich. You know, but Mingo.
What they say, you can't run through a wet paper bag.
Yeah, he could. Hey, there's some clips of, man, I said, damn, Jalen Brooks getting thrown out of the club, man. Give that man a sandwich or something, some creatine, some Avachi's peanut butter or something, man. Let him do some push-ups on the sideline and put some bricks in his pocket. But Mingo and Ryan Flo don't have those problems. So yeah, you're right.
Man, I'm looking forward to seeing Flo get out there. I know that first catch of his was not what we wanted to see, a fumble, but man, he's whooping fools I'm seeing out there with the route running and his explosiveness. Give him the ball. Come on now.
Yeah.
What do you think about so Tyler Guyton? I know he was up and down and all that, but like you said, what if Solari was the reason that TG was TG last year with all the penalties, getting whooped sometimes with his feet placement, his hand placement, getting whooped on that? Do you think if a new offensive lineman coach came in here, got TG playing right, and I mean, Alsim Richards was looking great too.
I mean, regardless, before I let you go, bro, because I got a lot of other people, I'm gonna answer that. But I appreciate you, Woodrow. Appreciate you, dog.
It's all good. Hey, how about them Cowboys, bro?
Yes, how about them, man? It's Woodrow.
Thank you, Law.
Thank you, man. Good call from him because he opened my mind.
Let me crack your cranium.
But here's the thing. Here's why. No, regardless of you can have the greatest offensive line coach in the world. He wouldn't have been able to fix Tyler Guyton year one. Yeah, he wouldn't have been able to fix him year. That is the hardest position, one of the hardest positions to play in the National Football League. I had a conversation with Travis Frederick one time, and he says, no, Law, the hardest position to ever play in the National Football League is the center, right? Because you got so many responsibilities. You got to hike the ball. You got to point out the mic. You got to know the shift. You got to call the plays if it's loud. So we literally – look, I don't want to call it a sabotage job, but we literally put two rookies in the hardest position to play in the National Football League, center and left tackle. If y'all want to debate me with that, y'all go ahead. And, of course, DBs is another hard position to learn. But center and left tackle are one of your two hardest positions to learn in the National Football League. So hard like I'm doing. And they put Cooper Beebe at center, right? And they put Tyler Guyton at left tackle. Now, Cooper, based off of his strength and his size, he was able to adjust. Now, he got his ass whooped a few times, But he learned a little bit faster than Tyler Guyton because it's different when you have somebody to your right and your left. But when you are a left tackle, you on an island by yourself. And the Cowboys couldn't compromise their offense enough to continue to put a running back there and a tight end there. So there were times that Tyler Guyton, as swift as his feet is, and as good as his body frame is, because he's a big boy, 6'7", come off the bus, you're like, oh yeah, he's finna move some stuff out the way. But he didn't have the proper technique to marry that up from playing right tackle over 700 snaps in college at right tackle to go to 700 over 1,000 snaps at right tackle to be put on the biggest and the brightest stage at left tackle. And if I can start naming off the names, he had to go through Myles Garrett. He had to go through, boy, he was baptized by fire with, what's the guy name for the Saints? His name at the tip of my tongue. And then he had the Ravens, their defense. And then he had the damn Giants with their defense because they have some edge rushers, Reese Arjolari and all of those boys are going up against Dez Bryant on Twitter. Forgot his name. And then you had the Aiden Hutchinsons that rotated on his side. The brother had a crazy baptism by fire. And you will have to be a monkey's uncle to put Tyler Guyton, who's learning a new position, and place him on left tackle and expect him to be perfect. No, only a fool of an organization would do that. Oops. Only Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones would do that. I guarantee you, Solari was telling him, hey, you got to do this, you got to do that. And I guarantee you, even Mike McCarthy was like, hey, you got to do this, got to do that. But they said, put that kid out there. We drafted him. He's a first-round draft pick. He better have his butt out there. We ain't finna bench no first-round draft pick. So I would give Tyler Guyton a little grace, a little mercy, and I think that you guys should as well. But there should be a situation where we look each other in our eyes and say, bro, you look good at right tackle. We're going to kick you over there to that side. You got all of the measurables. You got the strength. You got the good feet. And we think that you will play better at right tackle. And we've been drafting guards and tackles for a long time. Ball, Matt Walesko, Awesome Richard, Nate Thomas. We draft a lot of offensive linemen. We've been invested in those spots. We just been making horrible ones, right? Cam Jordan, okay, that's the name, Jay Verse. Appreciate it for the Saints. Yeah, boy went through a gauntlet. But, that's the Cowboys' way. Ain't that right from the 409 B-Bird?
Hey, what's going on, Law? How you doing, man?
Hey, great, man, great.
Man, you touched on something that I think a lot of people don't get.
the Cowboys love to trade back to garner more picks. And what it is that's just more, say if they come out with 10 draft picks, that's just more cheap labor. That's the way they look at it. Hey, we can fill a roster because they never cut draft picks. But they rarely move up, you know what I'm saying, up substantially to go get somebody they really want. And that's one of the things I think they have a trouble identifying special talent. So they never move up or whatever. But I just wanted to kind of say that about what you said.
Right.
One thing I'm glad that I listened to a clip of 105.3 today.
Right.
And they talked about something I think is very important, and it's kind of in the weeds or whatever. Like, people don't really get this, but they start talking about void years and how Philadelphia do their contracts versus how Dallas do their contracts. I saw this 2 years ago, and I really studied it last year. And I looked at AJ Brown, I looked at Jalen Hurts, I looked at Devontae Smith's contract.
Right.
And they only counted against the cap $33 million. And so that's the concept I looked at. I said, wow, look the way they do their contracts. I mean, what they're doing is they're signing big contracts, but they're pushing them off on void years so they can go acquire players in the now instead of worrying about like 2029 or 2030. And so they start. I'm glad that 105.3 started to talk about that, because that's what our biggest deal is. Like, next year, Dak counts $89 million against the cap.
Right.
Well, next year, Jalen Hurts costs $23 million against the cap.
Right.
Why? They're trying to win in this window. And here's the deal. This is what makes the difference, is that this general manager knows that, hey, man, I'm not worried about 2029. If I don't win now, I ain't going to be here anyway. They're going to fire me.
Yeah.
So we'll worry about that when it comes. And that's the urgency that the Cowboys don't have. Another thing that they talked about, Law, was the quality of free agents that the Cowboys have signed. And they said that the average contract of a free agent over the last 5 years that the Cowboys have signed has been $2.2 million
right.
a year. And it just shows you that they're not even taking it seriously, man. These are bottom barrel free agents, man. They're not adding to the team. They said that on the average, those guys started 6 games for the Cowboys. So there's not even starters that they're getting.
Right.
They're getting like backup players, guys that fill a roster. They're not getting impact players. So I just like the fact that 105.3 is starting to talk about some of these things and bring it to light, because I think those are the things, the minute things that the Cowboys or the Joneses get away with in the front office, like contract structure and things like that. I'm just happy that somebody else with a bigger megaphone, than me, and just put that information out there now.
Man, that's dope, man. When you look at it from that aspect of just looking at the comparisons and analysis of how you look at the cash and the stuff like that's spent, and we are one of the worst teams in cash spent, right? And and what they did was with, of course, it's difference of years. Of course, I think that got a 5-year deal, and they have like a 4-year deal with Hurts. But what they did was they extended his deal.
Correct.
So it's always better to extend a contract than wait till the contract get it to the end of the life.
Yeah.
And that's just contracting 101, right? So they wait till they get the contract at the end of life.
And Law, what you have to do is you have to have a football acumen to say, hey, man, this guy's going to be good. Hey, let's lock in right now.
Right.
The Cowboys need more information. It's almost like a quarterback that can't anticipate the throw. They have to wait to see him open and then they throw. But a lot of times when you wait to see him open, it's too late, right?
Yeah.
And so you have to anticipate it, and it takes knowledge to anticipate a throw. It also takes knowledge from a talent from a GM's perspective to say, man, this dude good. Like, we can go inside this guy right now, and then we could put some of that money on his rookie contract or the contract that we have right now. They just don't have that ability, I don't think, in the front office. That's why it takes so long for them to sign their players, man. So I just kind of want, because we need to get these guys to start acting similar to Philadelphia, because that's what we got to compete against, Law.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so, hey, Bilal, I got to go, man. I appreciate you giving me the time to talk, brother. You continue with the show.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you. That's B-Bird with the analysis there. Great observation, B-Bird. Great observation, man. Hurts signed a 5-year contract. Dak signed a 4-year contract. But the 5-year with the voidable years, it just does a lot more for you. Now they both kicking the can down the road, but $255 million, and that's a lot. That's $250 million, right? and Dak's 4-year, $240 million. That's $250 million too, and the 231 guaranteed. And Hurts can get up to that amount, and I think that they will get up to that amount. But it's the difference of the guarantees there. And then if you look at the cash spent, they give them 40 and 42 and 51 and 51. So what they do is they put the cash up front, you know, and they apply that and they scrape it around far as the cap hit. So they use operating cash for it. The Cowboys don't. They use whatever the league money is. And that's just two different points of views. The Cowboys don't spend a lot of cash money. So the NFL basically, they give you a pot that you have to operate out of, and then they say, okay, yeah, we will allow you to use your own cash to spend that too, right? But, you know, the Cowboys don't operate that way. They only operate with the NFL's money. And to a degree, I get Jerry Jones' philosophy on that and Stephen Jones, because everyone have the same cap hit, right? But not everyone brings in the same revenue, because we do revenue sharing. I'm not trying to make this a financial class, but the reason why they wanted it this way is for to have parity in the league, so that smaller market teams like the Arizona, the New Orleans Saints, Cincinnati will be able to withstand the financial crisis, if such, right? So that you won't have these power teams like the 49ers, the Cowboys, and I think the Raiders or whoever that could just use money to get players to come inside, right, the building. Well, what happens when you get someone that's crafty, that know how to cook the books and work the books, right? That can say, okay, well, if everybody's granted the same amount of money, but not everybody granted the same amount of brains, right? And that's where you see the differences. There are other teams that know how to, like, what put the Eagles above everybody was the ability to capture Carson Wentz and trade him off for multiple draft picks and utilize those draft picks as dividends to pay for A.J. Brown and a whole bunch of other cast of characters. And then they meet those boys where they at, and they paid those boys early opposed to waiting late. So their wide receiver room, believe it or not, is getting paid light years more money than ours. While we scrambling and scraping over one CeeDee Lamb, they got A.J. Brown is getting 34, and they got Smitty that's getting 25 and 26 respectfully. We've been crying, and we had to – CeeDee Lamb had to hold out for 34, 36. He had to hold out for $36 million. And he's the only wide receiver that's getting 36. The drop-off from CeeDee Lamb to the other wide receiver, Brandon Cooks, I'm about to say Brandon Hughes caught. Brandon Cooks is getting paid about $8 to $9 million. And that's it. Everybody else getting paid peanuts. But the expectations is still the same. It's crazy. And the tight end getting paid top dollar. So it's crazy. But you got to have somebody that knows math and know how to cook the books. We don't have that over here. We have a mad scientist, a chemistry major guy by the name of Stephen Jones cooking the books, right? And that's why he sweats when it's time to talk about the money. And that's why he looked just as old as Jerry, you know. But my guy, where you at, Lokes? Where you at? Snap, he's gone. But Jamie, you're live, man. I know I took too long to talk to my guy Lokes, but you're live, man, from the 774. Talk to me, man.
Hey, what's happening, Law, man? How you doing today, brother?
Yeah, man. Hey, doing great. Can't complain, bro.
Right on, man. Right on. If you're feeling as good as you look, man, you're on top of the world, bro.
Man,
so
I appreciate
that's
it.
That's a good thing, man. Yeah, sir. So I just want to, I was just looking at a couple of the last few years' drafts, man, and I get it. It's supposed to be you got to evaluate after a couple of years, man. But it's just like, other than the obvious, Micah and CD and a couple of other guys, man, we have completely struck out. Like, I mean, I know we've hit with Daron Bland and Overshown and Ziggy Azua, but my point is, or my question is, who I know Jerry makes the final calls, but who's doing all the homework and the digging and the research on these guys? Is it all just Will McClay and his scouts, or?
Well, is Will McClay, is Alex Loomis, Chris Vaughn. I know you heard that name, Chris Vaughn, right? You
100%.
You might have heard of Rich Beam, Keith O'Quinn. You might have heard of him. And Chris Hall. Chris Hall is a real good, thorough guy. He's one of the scouting guys out there. And Rich Beam is, of course, he's the video coordinator. But they go out and they do stuff, man. Especially him, Alex Loomis. And to a degree, the walk-around guy is Stephen Jones. I'm not sure that Stephen Jones breaking down film, looking at tape, and spending hours upon hours doing that, and still dealing with the other stuff and trying to do 2 or 3 interviews a week himself. So he stretched out thin. So what I'm trying to get at is that Will McClay is doing all of the heavy lifting in that department, and him and Alex Loomis and Rich Beam and all of those boys, they're doing a lot of work over there. Chris Hall and a whole bunch of other guys.
Got you, man. Yeah, that's pretty much me. I want to get at. Like I said, I know we've gotten good picks when it comes to CD and Michael, but I don't believe that is. I'm not giving any credit to Jerry or anything, because I think we just got lucky that other teams didn't pick those guys. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because they didn't go out of their way to try to find those guys. Mm-hmm. And we've been striking out in a lot of these draft picks. So hopefully something changes. And you nailed the question. That's all I want to get, man. And I appreciate all your work that you do, brother.
No doubt, man. I thank you, man, and I appreciate you for calling in. All right, that's Jay May, man. Y'all may have known him. He's the guy that won the helmet, the white helmet that we had over here. I want to point this out too, because I got to do Cowboys Collective at the top of the hour, and I got to feed my body before I go. You know what I'm saying? Go live over there. The Dallas Cowboys. And if everybody, man, we got like 10 people that's in the call line, man, please call back tomorrow, man. Appreciate y'all.
Goodbye.
Someone asked, how is Will McClay the fixer? And I'm glad that you asked that. I don't know if you're old enough to remember what this team looked like in drafting before Will McClay came here. There was one draft class that we draft David Bueller and all of those boys. Who remember that draft? We had the damn kicker. They looked like he could play the linebacker role, right? We had 12 draft picks, boy. And, boy, all of those draft picks, boy, didn't last the next season. And that was before Will time. I think Will brings some substance to the table as drafting smart and getting guys. But the draft is a very difficult spot to be in. It's very difficult because of the fact that you got to look at it from this perspective. Most drafts, you're looking for 1 or 2 starters. One, if you're very lucky, if you can get a starter that year to start for you and do crazy things. You're looking for 1 or 2 starters. But the Cowboys tend to look for 3 to 4 starters, right? And that's a stretch because you can't get wisdom and knowledge and experience of the game. You're going to have growing pains. You're going to have hiccups. So what teams do with the draft is that they look at the draft whereas they look at it as supplementary. They go into the free agency and they pick out those guys that's in the free agency to fill in those holes that they may have on the team. If a team have a weak D-line, you hear breaking news that they are finna trade or they finna go into free agency to fix said problem. If a team have horrid DB, you'll see that they'll pick up a DB in the free agency. But they don't lean 1,000% only on the draft, right? So you got to have a well-balanced meal. So what the Cowboys been doing in these last 15 years is basically, or more, is only being dependent on the draft. And we would do the inverse, basically. We'll pick up a James Washington, right? Or we'll pick up a guy, Benito Jones or somebody. I'm just using his name as reference, And we'll just pick up somebody that we would probably say no other team will be willing to look at. And the first week of free agency, we say, hey, Will, pick up the phone, listen to him, hang up, But let everybody know, man, we in the Bahamas, man. We the Bahama boys, right? We going to Belize. We going on our family trip. Because at some point when you're a family-owned business, you got to do family stuff. You got to flex your family stuff. You got to do your rituals, Bohemian Grove stuff, whatever they do. Blood sacrifice, whatever they do. I'm just joking. But whatever they do, they got to do that as a family, right? On one trip, they had Tony Romo's and them on the boat, on the cruise. Let's go to Cabo, let's go have a little good shindig. And that's what the Cowboys do. So they missed out on the opening weeks of free agency. And this is what they do, unfortunately. And we go into the draft, and we draft. And the thing is with the draft, before I depart from y'all beautiful people that's watching, be sure to hit that like button, share this content. Bahamas is wild. Yeah, Bahama boys. Come on, Jerry and them. Come on down to Jamaica, We're jamming. Come on down to Jamaica, man. Come on down. But here's another truth of it. What other teams do as well is that after the draft, they draft guys that they feel like they can solidify their role. And then they go into that thing and they say, okay, we release veteran guys. We trim the fat. We no longer need to hold on to the old guys, right? Or we pick up the phones and start doing trade situations. That's what they do. That's what they do. And then they go into the second wave of free agency and they pick up a few guys. That's the third wave. Remember, you got the first week, you get the second week, you have the draft, and then you have the third phase. The Cowboys, what they do is with Will McClay, they give him an unlimited spending card. They say, yeah, brother, here your card go. I got your card right here. I got your card. Here your card. You can spend it everywhere you want. Get out of there, Walmart. Get out of there, Target now. Get out of there. Get. Family Dollars is where you going to spend that card at. Now, it's an unlimited card now. It's Family Dollars. Dollar Tree. Walmart too expensive. Target too expensive, So that's where they go. And he goes in and he find guys. Brandon Aubrey is a good find, right? Terrence Steele is a good find for what he was able to do before we changed our coordinators, right? Cavante Turpin was a great find. All pro. They found him in even a trash can can get a steak, right? They found that steak out of the trash can. Dust it off a little bit. Yeah. Put it back on the grill. Yeah. So that's how that goes, unfortunately. And that's the Dallas Cowboys for you, man. And we've been semi-good with that, Shoot. We've been semi-good with that philosophy and principle. I know I'll talk my wisdom teeth a lot, but we'll be back at the top of the hour on Cowboys Collective. Be sure to check us out there, Cowboy Nation. It'll be me, John Machota. Also within the confines of Foot's Decade, he's going to update us on what's going on with the Senior Bowl. Dollar Tree shopping spree with an unlimited card at Dollar Tree. Family Dollar, Fred's. Yeah. But on my way out, Cowboy Nation, waiting for Dollar Tree to be $1.25. Waiting for Dollar Tree to be $1.25. Regardless of the situation, when the end comes for me, let it find me conquering a new mountain, not sliding down an old one. The prize fighter, even when he's down, he continues to swing. And even with the ideology of Will McClay doing all of the wrong things for the right reasons, I would say to you all, that's not me calling Will McClay a DEI hire. I think Obama signed that bill of a DEI in 2011. Oops. When did Will McClay got here? Oops. I'm just messing with y'all. But neither here nor there. He's a really good guy. But he's nothing more to this situation than the Uber Eats guy. Rate me all 5. You know, I brought all of the stuff that you guys asked for, right? Or DoorDash, give me all 5s. So, if the Cowboys really want to do things great, the goodwill McClay, oh boy, y'all crazy. If the Cowboys really want to do things great, hear me out. Be patient with it and let Will cook. Yeah. Let him cook. Give him some shopping sprees at Walmart, at least Target's. I heard that's how bougie people call it. They don't call it Target, they call it Target's, right? But appreciate you, Sadiq. Thank all of those who pretty much donated and took their money out to support the nation, whether it's big or small.
Take some money out.
Thank all of y'all. But when you're up against the struggles, meet it squarely face to face. Lift your chin, set your shoulders, plant your feet, and take a brace. And when it's vain to try to dodge it, do the best that you can do. You may fall, you may conquer. See it through. Even hope may seem but with futile. Boy, I said fertile. Boy, my mind is everywhere. But then when you have faced what other legends have met, keep your head high, eyes through the finish. See this thing all the way through, Cowboy Nation. See it through is what we're looking for with Will McClay and all of those boys that's watching. DC for life, not for short. That's been my time. I got my little one over here tugging and holding on to me. That's what's happening, you know. But neither here nor there, Cowboy Nation. Let's go one way or another. Let's get it. If we offended anyone, charge it to my head, not my heart. Let's go.
Tell them run it up. I wake up. Yeah. I wake up, flex, thumb down now. Check, no drip this. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. First I stretch. Tell them run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down now. Check, no drip this. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. 9 out of 10 roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely. Turned to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me.
Come on with it.
I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me. I'm number 1 up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady. The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy. Put in my hours, send the invoice and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ.
Law Nation.
I wake up, flex, thumb down now. Check, no drip this. Tell them run it up.
Come on, Will.
No sleep, no
shout out to you, Ashley. Shout out to you, NJ. Sadiq.
Tell them run it up. I wake
Simmons.
up, flex, thumb
Appreciate you.
down now.
Dak Owens, Filthy. Appreciate you.
Tell them run it up.
Run it.
No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might
come on, Will. Be sure, and I mean just that. Hit that like button, share that content.
I call up Nigeria, come through in a hurry. Those London boys don't come to play, you should get worried. One false move, find yourself, they getting buried. Dance with the devil, used to love playing those games. Made some bad decisions that brought my mama pain. I made a promise to her, swore that I would change.
Perry Lock, Chris 214, Dre Matic. Yeah.
I wake up, flex, thumb down now. Check, no drip this. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck.
If we offended anyone, please be sure to charge it to my head, not my heart. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best.
Might crash, might wreck. But first